Hello and welcome to another episode of Kicking with Coach C. I'm Diante Richardson, and as always, I'm kicking in with my favorite coach, Isaac Collins. How you doing today, sir?
Trying to get warm.
That's good. That's good. We're also joined by players of the game, James McFadden and Laquan Robinson, as well as Tevin Campbell, but we'll get to them later. So, Coach, let's go through about how was the experience coming out there playing on the epic battle on the frozen tundra out there at Albright this week?
Well, being from upstate New York, certainly that's a typical day, for if you from that part of the country. So there's no doubt that for our guys, we just talked about understanding what was at stake, knowing that the other team's got to play in it as well. So I don't think there was any advantage other than mentally and physically the team that wanted it a little bit more had to come out and execute, and I thought our guys did a great job of that.
Was it hard to get your team mentally prepared for the extreme conditions they were going to be under this week?
I don't think so. I mean, I think that when you're in the situation we're in, where it was a big game, you're trying to get yourself into a conference title game, and you had so many things that you were playing for. We had an opportunity to get 650 wins for our football program, making us one of 4 teams in the country to be able to do that. So certainly I think our guys understood that the elements are the elements, but what was at stake was a lot bigger than the elements, and that's what showed on Saturday. So I was very, very pleased with them.
Well, that's good. Let's go ahead and take a look at how we got to the first half. Right off the back here, you can see Diante Pergolisi is able to take a handoff and escape all the way through to the end zone. Coach, tell us about it.
Just a great job by the offensive line, opening up seams, and he hit it and continued to run downhill, made a very, very big play for us early in the game.
Right here, the quarterback is able to get away from pressure, but then it gets tackled and a forced fumble by Brandon Harper. It's picked up by Chad Grevalisi.
It was a great job defensively. We talked about creating turnovers, and one of the big things was we knew that the ball was going to be slippery, so getting a hand on these guys and getting the ball knocked loose was tremendous.
It's good to see here. Excuse me, I'm sorry. This is the play. That was a different forced fumble. There's the play where Brandon Harper forced the fumble, and Chad gets it.
Yes. Brandon Harper playing off the block and knocking the ball loose.
Right here, Tevin Campbell is able to shake off wimpy defenders and is able to jog it into the end zone.
It's a good job running hard in the snow and breaking tackles.
Big play by the man. I know he was loose, but I mean, that was hard to try and get in like that, Coach. Right here, you see the big returner, the preseason All-American Laquan Robinson is able to get one and take it to the house. He doesn't even look like he was affected by the snow, Coach.
Not at all. He knew that what was at stake as well, and he came out, knew we needed a big play in special teams, and came through once again.
Right here, he's also able to make the deflection. And Joe Wojo is able to get the pick.
We're always talking about running to the football when it's thrown, so it's a great job there. Laquan made a great break on it, deflected the ball, and Wojo just being in the right place at the right time.
Well, all right, let's get to our players of the game. Let's start with Mr. James McFadden. How you doing today?
Good, how you doing?
Good, good. You're our second kicker here, kicking in with Coach C. Tell us about how you got your opportunity and how you took advantage of it.
Well, during the length of the year, I was given the opportunity to kick some extra points and do some kickoffs towards the start of the year. And then when the opportunity arose for the starting spot, I just stood up and tend to fish it for the rest of the year.
That's good, that's good. So, I mean, as being a kicker, you don't get a lot of movement on the field and everything. So what did you do to keep yourself and your legs warm on the sideline?
You had to do some lengths and run up and down and jump up and down and, get pretty close to your teammates to get warm. But, you got to just stay warm for the rest of the game. And 10 kickoffs definitely keeps you warm.
Man, there you go. That's a great job by you. All right, so thank you. I'm glad you did a great job this week. Let's go ahead and get to Laquan Robinson, the second week in a row being here. How you doing being a defensive player of the game this time?
Feels great being here. Thanks for having me.
That's good, that's good. All right, so how do you feel you had to be a leader and step up on defense, keep on telling that your team, that, like the coach said, keep in mind over matter. What did you do to enforce that?
When I came out for warm-ups, I realized I had no sleeves on at first. And I said, this is not going to work. So I went back in and I put some sleeves on. And I came out and I just said, I'm going to be cold no matter what. So I just was like, I can't worry about it. Luckily, we had jackets and hand warmers from our equipment managers to keep us warm.
Shout out to Charlie on that one. But that's good. So, I mean, like, is there anything else that you think we need to build on? I mean, like, after such a big win and everything, how do we stay level-headed on defense?
just knowing what we have to do and what's our goals, to stay focused on our opportunities that we have and working hard at practice.
Okay.
And in the weight room as well.
Well, that's good. We'll hope to see you again, maybe again next week. 3 times in a row. That may be a first. But right now, let's go ahead and get into the second half highlights. Right here, you see the starter touchdown pass by Chris Hop to Cedric Clayton in the back of the end zone.
Great job being efficient in the red zone again.
Once here, quarterback Tevin Campbell is able to take a QB draw, shakes a defender out his ankles and into the end zone. Look at him go.
Great job by him just finding the seam and then just staying on track.
Right here, another big play by the defensive player of the game, Mr. Laquan Robinson, as he's able to step in front of an interception that was underthrown. You think the weather had something to do with that, Coach, or just big?
Well, no, it was a bad ball, but I tell you what, Laquan did a great job, as you see here, just staying on top of the route, being patient, didn't bite on the pump fake, and was able to get a big play for us. It gave us great field position that led to a touchdown that really kind of broke the game open for us.
Here's how they capitalize right here, as Tevin is able to hook up with Steve Marrero, the little man in the slot, making big plays here.
Great job getting over the backer and finding a nice little seam. Great accurate throw by Tevin.
Right here, the defense is able to be relentless as they have been all season and able to spurt out another fumble.
That's a great job there, just kind of getting the quarterback, uncomfortable, making him move around, and as he tried to scramble and pick up yards, we were able to punch the ball loose.
And right here, this looked like this could have been disastrous, Coach, as it hit the snap. Looks like Tevin wasn't ready for the snap, but he's still able to capitalize and get it to Anthony Clayton in the back of the end zone.
Well, I tell you what, I couldn't be prouder of Tevin. Just watching him the last several weeks as he's developed as a really, really good quarterback for us, and certainly showing us that if we need him to go in the game, he can execute. And that was just experience over the last couple games, not panicking and making a big play.
Right here, we see a series of fumbles once again. Coach, it just looked horrible for Albright out there, not able to get a hold on the ball out here.
Well, it's tough when you're behind. I mean, they were behind and they knew they were going to have to throw or try to get the ball on the perimeter. So our guys did a good job of being disciplined and making some things happen.
Once again, Tevin Campbell was able to break out of defenders and into the end zone for his 5th touchdown of the day.
Great job of blocking downfield and allowing him to get into the end zone.
The game is capped off here by Drew Jemison when he gets a nice little interception as the Pride is able to finish out and go up 60-20.
It's a great job there, just being disciplined again. He was in the middle third, being patient, caught the ball. Was excited for him. He's a freshman, so it was his first interception, so great for him.
That's great to see. All right, we're back here, and we're here with Mr. Tevin Campbell, the big playmaker. How you doing today, man?
Good in yourself, Diante.
I'm good, I'm good. Man, you had a heck of a game out there this week. 5 touchdowns, 3 on the ground and 2 in the air. Tell us a little bit of how you was able to perform at such a high level in the snow.
Coming to the game, I figured back conditions, snow, I figured we was going to run more a lot because it's hard to pass in snowy weather, rain, anything like that. But I figured once my number was called, I'd step up behind Chris, because it's hard working behind him. And that I was going to have to run the ball a lot or whatever. So, to get my number called and come through for big situations, I wanted the coaches to depend on me, that I can step up and become a leader of this team one day. I wanted them to have faith in me and have confidence in me too as well.
That's good, that's good. So tell us, is this the coldest game you ever played in? I know you're from this area, so another Chester boy, just to let you know. Is this the coldest you ever played in?
Yeah, I can say so, because the last game I played, it was just really muddy and rain, but I never played in the snow before. So it took me back to my young days, when I wasn't in school and I used to just play regular around with my friends. So it's kind of fun to play football and stuff.
Well, it was great to have you this week. That was an amazing game you displayed out there.
Thank you.
Great job, and look forward to you next time you play. All right, but Coach, heading into bye week, how do you feel we need to get ready for, being able to stay the course?
Well, I think the first thing we have to do is we got to be able to get healthy. You get the bumps and bruises from a long season. So our number one focus, met with our trainer before I came over, just kind of talked about where we were at, what guys needed, rest-wise, what guys needed to do in terms of rehab. We got an opportunity here, 2 weeks off before we play, to really get healthy. And then the second thing is being able to get back to the fundamentals. I think we've done some really good things on this stretch, but ultimately, if we want to finish the season the right way and have an opportunity to do some things beyond our game in 2 weeks, I think we have to focus on the basics, get back to the fundamentals. It's not so much about what's going on around us, it's about what we can do. And certainly I think if we get better each day over the course of the next 2 weeks, we'll have an opportunity to hopefully be very competitive against our next opponent.
Sounds good, Coach. Well, you go ahead and get that rest and make sure we're ready in 2 weeks. But for now, that's all the time that we have this week. Come and kick it with me and Coach C next week. Thank you for coming out. Peace.